fish think the eagle is weak and easy to bring to the heel. The eagle's wings are silky, but its claws are made of steel. Eagle 102.5 FM. Up there, with you.
This is Eagle 102.5 FM.
The time is 9 o'clock.
Gérégé láago mẹ́sàn-án lù.
102.5 FM.
Nigeria is a house of stories. When these news stories break and become trending issues in the polity, we help you to make sense of them and how they affect you on the front line. Frontline is your go-to current affairs program that features engaging discussions and analysis of socio-political and economic issues from the standpoint of critical stakeholders in the Nigeria project. Join Olakunle Balogun every weekday on Frontline on Eagle 102.5 FM as we discuss Nigeria's developmental issues.
Frontline.
The show that thrives on fact and truth.
Beautiful morning to you. Welcome to Frontline on Eagle 102.5 FM, your go-to program for the latest and most relevant discussions in the political and socio-economic landscape of our dear country. Frontline is dedicated to exploring the dynamics of power politics and the intricacies of economic policies and their impacts on our society. From local governance to global affairs, you can be so sure that we cover it all with the intention to inform, engage, and inspire action within our community. Well, there are strong indications that the Independent National Electoral Commission and the National Assembly, that's the Nigerian Assembly, may have agreed to move the 2027 presidential election to January 16, 2027. A major shift from the earlier February 20 earlier announced by INEC. Similarly, governorship elections may also be moved forward to January 30, 2027. This according to multiple sources within the electoral body and the legislature as well. Well, the development follows the decision by the Nigerian Senate and the House of Representatives to suspend the harmonization of the Electoral Act amendment and instead focus on the emergency plenary session where the new dates are expected to dominate deliberation. Well, regarding the harmonization, a committee has been put in place already. We keep our fingers crossed on that. Should there be any updates? Definitely, when we have it, we will dish it out. Meanwhile, the former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai faces possible legal consequences over alleged cybercrime offenses following a 3-count charge filed by the Department of State Service (DSS). He was also reportedly questioned by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) over alleged financial impropriety yesterday. Well, we don't have any updates just yet whether he has been released or not, but it was grilled for close to about 8 hours thereabout. Well, this morning, our guest this morning is His Excellency Chibike Rotimi Amaechi, CON, a former Federal Minister of Transportation who served under Muhammadu Buhari from 2015 to 2022, and he previously served as Governor of Rivers State from 2007 to 2015 and also as Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly from 2019 to 2007. You would also recollect that he contested the presidential ticket of the All Progressive Congress APC ahead of the 2023 general election, finishing second behind the eventual winner, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, he's no longer a member of the All Progressive Congress APC. He's currently a member of the African Democratic Congress ADC, where he has continued to play an active role in Nigeria's political space. We will engage in on the show this morning. Well, I am Olakunle Balogun, your host and guide through the intricate landscape of politics, policies, and governance. Again, welcome to Frontline, your trusted platform for insightful analysis and thought-provoking discussions on the issues shaping our nation. Here, we simplify major political developments, examine critical policy directions, and also offer you a balanced perspective on leadership and governance. I am Olakunle Balogun. We return shortly after this break.
Listen, lead, relax. This Eagle 102.5 FM.
Unlock uninterrupted freedom to work, play, and connect. At iWorld Networks, we deliver super fast, unlimited internet that is 6 times faster than the competition. Whether you are working from home, running a business, or streaming your favorite shows, we have got you covered with reliable internet and 24/7 customer support. Ready to experience seamless connectivity? Join the iWorld Networks family today. Get started. Call Titilade at +234 813 152 9077 or visit iwn.nj. iWorld Networks, connecting possibilities.
All right, beautiful morning to you again. This is Frontline on Eagle 102.5 FM, where we take our time to clarify issues of public interest across the socio-economic and political spectrum. Well, let's get into the conversation this morning as we have His Excellency Chibuike Rotimi Amaechi, CON, joining us live on the show this morning. Your Excellency, good morning to you. Glad to have you join us on Frontline here.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, let's begin the conversation this morning with some clarification from you. You contested for the presidential ticket of the All Progressive Congress APC ahead of the 2023 general election, where you finished second behind the eventual winner, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And shortly after that primaries, your relationship with the party appeared to deteriorate. And you later moved on to the African Democratic Congress, where you are right now. But people didn't know much about what transpired then. I want to know, from your perspective, what went wrong with your alliance with the All Progressive Congress APC, where you served as Minister of Transportation for almost 8 years before your resignation to contest for the APC tickets. What informed your decision to part ways with the party?
I just didn't agree with them in their choice of a presidential candidate. And I had said to everybody that I didn't think that the president had the capacity to govern Nigeria. And I think I've been proven right.
It's just because you feel the current president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, lacked that capacity to be president.
Of course. And I don't forget I've worked with him closely before, so I know him. And so if I say to the public, to the world, that I doubted the fact that he had the capacity to govern Nigeria, I thought they should believe me, having been in politics for such a long time, with the kind of experience that I've garnered all through my stay in politics. So I wanted Nigerians to know that if I hold that view, then there's no need to remain in APC. That would be contradictory to my personal conviction, staying in APC will be that.
Well, would it not have been nice for you to remain in the party where you help build as well,
and
where
do
you
what?
serve as minister,
And do what? And do what?
in other capacity for you to serve, in order to build, to help support.
And do what? Now, you've not answered my question. And do.
Well, to where you have identified as, lapses, maybe your input would have been much better. Your Excellency, sir? Well, it's always a live situation. Let's see if we are still connected to our guest on the show this morning. All right. Your Excellency, can you confirm to me that you are still here?
I'm here.
Oh, good. Yeah, you were asking that in what capacity? Then I was like, maybe where you have recognized these lapses, maybe your input, would have been very sufficient for Nigeria now.
How would that be when you're not the president? What kind of input? Was I not part of the Buhari's government? I made my contribution in the area of transportation, but that did not impact in all spheres of human activity in Nigeria, including the economy. So what that's why I say I'm contesting for the office of the president and nothing else. I wouldn't want to stay where I can't make a contribution that will change the lives of Nigerians.
Okay, that noted. Well, let's move on quickly now. Now you are within the ADC. There's so much talk going on about, who are the caliber of people coming into the ADC. There did talk about, it's those who have benefited from this country. What did they do while they were in office? There are conversations around that. And some are even of the opinion that what exactly does the ADC stand for? Oftentimes we hear it's just about, let's vote that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from office. But some have said data, the IMF, the World Bank of this world, the data says otherwise. Even the latest inflation figure as well says otherwise. Can you help us elaborate on this?
I hope you know that food is being imported. All that figures that they're turning out are temporary. They're temporary to the extent that food is being imported, rice is being imported. All those things that Buhari banned to enable Nigerians to be able to produce what they eat, they're all being lifted and they're being imported or smuggled into the country. So with that, they are forcing the price of commodities to come down. All this will be temporary to the extent that immediately the election is over, the president will stop importation of food, and we're back again to high prices of food and high level of inflation. So I don't know what kind of price you're talking about. I spoke at it was in Yanya Market, and they say I was wrong. They should prove me wrong. When I said that they will collect 25% tax, I didn't mean the builders. I was talking to the general public, and they've not been able to say no. Or they're saying, it's not the builders. But okay, I'll look at their company income tax. When we come to that, they should controvert that. I know the fact that my lawyer said, look, it's not even 25%. If you earn more than 100 million and above, you pay 30%. You pay 30%. The turnover, if your turnover, not even earn, if your turnover is from 0 to 50 million, you pay no tax. If you're from 50 million to 100 million, you pay 20%. Above 100 million, you pay 30%. So there are people who make 100 million. Among those poor people who you saw there in the market, and that turnover is annual. It's not even monthly. Now, so they are denying it. Are they saying that they will collect the tax? Why are they not collecting it now? Why are they? They are not collecting it now because they are waiting for the election to come to an end. Once the election takes place, you will feel the impact. Okay, let's even assume that those are 0.0%. They say 0% to 50. 0% to 50 will not pay any tax. What about VAT? VAT is 7.5%, right? VAT is 7.5%, and they say they will collect only from anybody who earns more than 800,000 naira. Okay, fine. So let's say 800,000 naira is a benchmark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so calculate how much is what do you call it? How much is the wage bill? What do you call it? National
the minimum wage.
Minimum wage. How much is it?
70.
70 multiplied by 12.
Just a little over 800.
A little over 800. So when they say they won't collect, they will collect only from anybody from 800 and above. But you are telling me every Nigerian is supposed to earn not less than 70,000 naira. You get the point?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand your point.
Okay. Have I lost you?
No, not in any way. The people are also following up.
This is not mathematics. This is simple. They said we will not collect taxes from anybody 800,000 naira and below. Okay, so no problem. Anybody who earns 800,000 naira, that must be somebody working in private houses. But even in private houses, by law, you're not supposed to pay anything less than 70,000 naira to your house help or anything. So we assume that everybody in Nigeria who is working is earning 800,000 naira. Now, multiply less than 800,000 naira. Multiply 70,000 naira by 12. It gives you 840. So everybody's paying tax. Have you seen their lies?
Well, they also made it clear that even before such payment is made, your rent and your possibly insurance, will not be part of the calculation. Meaning that if your rent is at 500,000 thereabouts, and you look at the entire calculation of about 840, you might not be paying anything eventually. That's the position that is being pushed out there by Taiwo Jedele himself.
Is it in the law? Is it in the law? They should show us where it is in the law. They should show us where. I don't want to rely on the mercy of a man. I want to rely on the mercy of the law. So tomorrow, he leaves office. Then one man comes and says, that's not what the law says. The law says that only people below 800,000 naira will not pay tax. And here, there are people who are earning 70,000 naira, and the total is 840,000 naira. Now, they did also tell you that that tax law gives so much power to the tax authorities. If you look at Section 35 of that tax law, Nigerian Tax Administration Act, it decides what you are owing government to. It's not you that will decide. You can't even sit with them. It shifts that burden to you. In 30 days, if you have 30 days to challenge them. If you don't challenge them, Section 61 tells you what will happen. They will seize movable assets without court approval. They will sell those movable assets within 14 days. Section 60 and 52 of that same act forces banks, or the two of them, no, Section 60 and 52 of that act, force banks to hand over funds, your funds, to hand over funds with no legal records. So you can't go to court. They must hand over that money to them. Section 62 of that act gives them power to enter your premises forcefully without police backup. But if they need police backup, they just call police and they will enter your compound without any court decision. Section 62 of that same act, that's one I said. That says that they will enter your premises by force. Section 7 of the Joint Revenue Board Act 2025 deposit that you must deposit 50% before you can appeal on. So if they say you're owing 100 million, before you can go on appeal, you must deposit 50% of that 100 million. If you don't have 50%, then you can't go on appeal. Appeal over. And the appeal will be dismissed. Section 4, 1G of the Nigerian Revenue Service Establishment Act 2025 will freeze their asset on mere suspicion of tax fraud. Mere suspicion, they've not proven it in court. They freeze your asset. Okay? These are things, they shouldn't make us do this research because it's unnecessary. The truth is that all these things will come to play after the election. Why codify what the court have already declared illegal? The court in Daudu versus FIRS in 2023 declared all these things illegal. but now they have passed it into law. So you are not a citizen of Nigeria by this act. Section 35 makes you guilty until you prove yourself innocent. So they've transferred the proof, the onus of proof to you. Section 61 allows you your car, shop, inventory, or cash to be seized and sold in 14 days. While Section 60 compels your bank to pay them without your consent.
Okay.
So when they say these things, they say, I don't know why they think all of us are illiterates. Okay, so let's now look at how does this tax affect the poor? So they say, oh, the poor people are not affected. They won't pay much. I've first told you now that if you earn 70,000 naira, it means you have 840,000 naira. And it's not in the law that you have to deduct your rent and all that. But I've not seen that in the law. If I see that, I will tell them I'm sorry. Now they've expanded the net, the taxable net. They have. Now, if you don't file your tax returns, you pay 100,000 plus. That's daily. That's the penalty. If you fail to remit your VAT, they've not told us the penalty plus interest. If you fail to remit your PU, you will be charged for criminal liability, and then tax evasion, you go to prison. Now, so when I spoke, I say 100 million and above, 25%. Yeah, it is 100 million and above, 30%, not 25.
Okay. No,
now, let's break it down.
Your Excellency, please. I just want some clarity on all of this, because while reacting to your viral video, which attributed 25% levy on building materials and
I didn't say building materials. I was speaking at the building materials place.
No, I do understand your point, because the position that we got from Taiwo Yedele was that, the federal government has imposed a levy of 25% on building materials and construction.
That's what he said now, because I was addressing people at the building material market. So he now goes, this tax is not applicable to the building material. What's applicable, I think, is about 2% for building material. But and I've told you here that all I said is, if your annual turnover is 100 million and above, you pay 25%. And he's saying no, it's not that. He claimed I was talking about building material. I was talking about annual turnover. And I've further research on that tax law indicates that it is 30%, not even 25%, for anybody who has an annual turnover of over 100 million naira. Not profit too. You get the point? Then let's look at how those tax laws apply. So if a lawyer, for instance, if a lawyer is to be paid 1 million naira, he will pay a VAT of 75,000 naira. What does the lawyer do? He will add VAT to your charge. It will not be 1.7.1. Why the 7.5%? That's 1,075,000 naira. Who will bear that? Now, if it's a medical doctor that you charge that 1,075,000 naira, when the lawyer comes for medical treatment, he will charge whatever the business is plus 75,000 naira. You get the point? So since they say it doesn't apply to this, it has a better effect. So it goes to transport, because the person who may have gone to see the doctor may be a transporter, a driver, a cook, right? A caterer. Now that person will add that 75% to the professional service, to this thing. Now, withholding tax, they didn't talk about withholding tax since they want us to talk. Now, let's look at the fast calculation. If the legal fee is 500,000 naira, you pay 37,500. So what does the lawyer charge you? The lawyer will charge you 537,000 naira, 500. So the cost becomes not only it will no longer be affordable. It can be accessible, but may not be no longer be affordable. If a law firm pays a consultant 1 million naira, they will withhold 100,000 naira for withholding tax and pay to government. Now, what will the consultant do? When the consultant is charging the law firm, for instance, he will not charge them 1 million naira, he will charge them 1,100,000 naira. So that the lawyer can remit 100,000 naira to the government. Now, when if the lawyer discovers that that's what's happening, when the client of the lawyer comes, the lawyer will charge him 1,100,000 naira so that he can bear the cost of the withholding tax. And the same is applicable to all of them. It's worse. What they've done with this thing, and I don't worry for anybody who's paying tax. What I worry is what does the federal government do with that tax? Overseas, to cushion the effect of tax payment on individuals overseas, like Britain and all that. You have social housing, you have medical care attention that even if it's not free, is funded, right? And all that. You don't have them in Nigeria. Now, how would because they're expanding the tax net, how would the poor people in the market who sell commodities file their tax returns? How would they set up their accounting system? Right? And keep proper invoices. So if you go to buy okra now, the person selling okra will have to keep an invoice to be able to calculate the taxes and pay to the federal government. So I'm back to my position. We are in trouble. Nigerians should act now, or they will be swept off their feet by March next year. I'm open for a debate with the president, if the president is willing for a debate, because I'm also a presidential aspirant. Or I'm open for a debate with the taxman.
Okay. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. But we will continue on this tax part. But let's quickly talk about your comrade, your fellow coalition mastermind in the ADC. And that's talking about the former governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nesu El-Rufai. In a recent interview, he made some statements claiming to get information, wiretapping, and all of that. And this has led to his invitation. But currently, reports have it that it's currently with the EFCC, although this was a scheduled appointment.
I thought it was released yesterday.
Well, if you can confirm that to me, that's fine.
I think it has been released.
Okay. Oh, that's
last night.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Thank you for the confirmation. And the DSS have also filed a suit as well at the Federal High Court. What do you make of that particular statement from Malam Nesu El-Rufai?
So what's wrong with that?
Yeah,
what I know is
I'm just asking you because he's your fellow comrade.
Malam El-Rufai is not one that is given to frivolous conversations. So I'm sure he has his facts. I doubt that he meant that he tapped the phone of the NSA because he doesn't have that capacity. I don't think he has that capacity to tap anybody's phone. Instead, it's the NSA's office that is listening to all our conversations. Where you go, they monitor you, who you see. The NSA is busy arresting everybody. Arresting Muslims, Christians, he's stopping them. He's planning double election. He's planning election for himself, 2031, and he's planning election for Tinubu in 2027. And honestly, and all he's doing is first, he's setting up parties up and down. He's fighting ADC. He has his own fake ADC. I don't know. I've never seen that. I don't know where.
You mean Malam? You mean Nur Ribadu?
Of course.
He's planning another ADC. How?
Go to court. He has so many ADC cases in court with small boys he has bought jeeps for who are driving around. The man needs to rest. If he thinks that there will be a proper election in 2027, he's wasting his time. He should prepare for his security job.
Okay, there has been so much talk about the ADC presidential tickets. Although the acting chairman of the party has made it clear
You're not
that
interested in talking about the. You're not interested in talking about the arrest that what's his name? Nuhu Ribadu is doing. He thinks we're in the police state, arresting everybody. If you cough, if you criticize Tinubu, they arrest you. Like some governors are doing in Sokoto and Kano, where they are flogging poor people for criticizing them.
well, I'm interested in it, but we can't dwell so much, on all of this issue due to time. We are pressed for it. It's not all the time, I have the opportunity of, engaging people like you. And let's quickly touch on this because the presidential ticket in the ADC, is what you are interested in. There are two other, political juggernauts as well. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, who contested the last presidential election, who turned out great figures for the Labour Party, is also interested in getting this ticket. Are you so sure of getting the ADC ticket? Or are you just interested, even if you didn't get the ADC, you try to get another vehicle? Is that the case?
No, I won't get another vehicle. If I lose the primaries, I'll be in the ADC because it's not about me. It's about installing a responsible government. So it's not about me. But would I get a ticket? I think the answer is yes. I'm the youngest of the three of us. I'm 60. I don't know how old Obi is, but he's in his 60s too. But I guess he should be between 64 and 66. So I'm still the youngest. I'm able to jump around. I'm able to fly to wherever I need to fly to now. And I'm able to sleep for 2-3 hours to do my... See, don't give people an assignment that age won't allow them to do. So I hope that Nigerians will see that when we're voting for primary election in ADC. I'm the most experienced of all the candidates in ADC. I am.
How do you mean? You never occupied the office of the vice president?
Experience is not only about the office of the vice president. It's also about the different positions. The former vice president was vice president, and then before that he was customs. Me, speaker. I'm not putting students' union activities. Those are useful days. So I'm saying, forget students' union, speaker. And I did that for 8 years. Governor, I did that for 8 years. In between speaker and governor, I held 2 other positions. I was chairman of the Speakers Conference of Speakers of State Legislatures. And I was chairman twice. I was also, as governor, the first chairman of Governors Forum to be chairman twice. And when I was chairman of Governors Forum, you knew there were governors, unlike now. At least you knew. Most of you were running to your houses by 9 p.m. to listen to network news. Now, nobody even listens to network news anymore because the governors are either sleeping or they are overseas. So I was chairman of Governors Forum. I was chairman of the Speaker Forum. And I led a campaign for the first time in the history of Nigeria that took out a sitting president. Nobody wants to credit me with that. Because for now, as a minister, I couldn't confront President Tinubu as another citizen when he was claiming that he made Buhari president. I kept quiet because if I went confronting him, then Buhari would move me as a minister because you can't tell in my village, they say, kingmakers, once they make kings, they just vacate the palace. If not, the king will cut off their neck. So I can't be a kingmaker. I couldn't have helped Buhari. And at the same time, I'm shouting, I made Buhari king. You just threw me out of the cabinet. Since you made me president, go and sleep in your house and make yourself president. Tinubu can afford to say that because Tinubu was not a minister. Okay. So, but that experience of how we fought to install the Buhari's government is still within me. And I think I will apply it as we go on. And I think the president knows that. And the country knows that I'm rich enough in terms of the knowledge of how elections should go. So I have that credit of being the first Nigerian to lead a party an opposition party to victory. After that, I became a minister. I was the minister for transport for nearly 8 years, so 7 years plus or that. And don't forget that as minister for transport, I constructed, I began and completed the Lekki Deep Seaport, the first seaport in Nigeria. The other ones are river ports. I began and completed the Lagos-Ibadan Railway. I completed the Kaduna-Abuja Railway, which was started under President Goodluck Jonathan. And I commenced the Port Harcourt-Aba, Port Harcourt-Maiduguri, but they stopped at Aba, and now they're no longer working. Don't forget, I commenced the construction of Kano-Kaduna rail line. Don't forget, I commenced the construction of Kano-Maradi rail line. I say I'm the most experienced of everybody on the stage. I said it when I was running for the office of the president under APC, that of all the parties, I'm the most experienced, most experienced. And I have capacity to be able to change the narratives or change the country. So I believe and I hope that ADC will choose me as a presidential candidate. The other candidates qualified? Of course they are. Can they govern Nigeria? Of course they are. They can. But I'm saying that I am more qualified to be chosen. But whoever the party chooses, I will go with the person.
Okay. I need you to tell me what unique alternatives, does your current what unique alternative does your current political party now, that's the ADC, offer Nigerians ahead of 2027? Let's talk policy statement now. Hold on, Your Excellency, please. Before now, during the campaign period, then it was about subsidy to be removed here and there, foreign exchange market to be unified, and all of that. What is the ADC? What are you offering? Even you as an hopeful presidential candidate yourself, what is the ADC offering?
We offer change. If we stop corruption alone, you see, some of these Tinubu's policies are policies.
Change sounds too generic. When I mentioned,
I thought you would listen.
Okay, go on. I'm listening.
I moved from the fact that we offer change to the reality of what the change constitutes.
Okay, go on.
And I told you that some of these reforms by Tinubu are inevitable. Any other person who would have been president other than Tinubu would have done some of them. But what would have been the difference? The difference would have been the fact that the money won't be stolen. So the people are not feeling the pain because the money is not plowed back. You're not putting the money back into the system to enable the people to cushion the effect of the reform. So people are stealing the money in droves. And instead of arresting them, you're arresting politicians in the opposition party.
Do you have any idea of those stealing this money? Because according to the federal government, they may declare that the state governors are getting more money, local money.
I don't know whether you're living in Cameroon. Are they hiding?
I don't know those who are stealing the money. I just want you to put some clarity to it.
If you don't know them, if I were to be a lecturer, if I were to be a VC, I won't have meet you in my school for lack of knowledge.
Well, that's why I have you here to educate me and educate the people too.
Did you hear me? No. What you educate people is what they should not know. But that's the problem with our journalists. Investigative journalism is the best form of journalism. But most of us don't. Some of us, or not most of us, some of us don't do it.
No,
we rely on gossip.
You just made, yes, exactly. And that is exactly what I don't want to do. I don't want to say, His Excellency Rotimi Amaechi said they are stealing money. Who are those stealing the money?
Okay, I don't know. I've made allegation. Help me now. You're my lawyer. Go and do your research. Just assume you're my lawyer. Because truth is also a defense. So if I say you're stealing,
as an elder statesman that you are, because I consider you as one, I haven't served as Speaker of the State House of Assembly.
You don't have a right to consider me. By definition, once you're 60, you're an elder statesman. By definition, just check your Google. So I'm 60, so I'm an elder statesman. I can sit.
Yes, even to talk about your experience as well, But when such allegations are made, I just want some clarity to it. Maybe the information you have could help our anti-graft agencies like the EFCC and the ICPC of this world.
Okay, when you want information, you will do proper research and you will find out those. If you can't do the research, how would you expect an old man at 60 to begin to do those research?
An old man that is preparing for presidential position.
They say I should sleep for 8 hours, because if I don't sleep for 8 hours, I will grow old too quickly. That's one. Two, I may not be able to sleep for 8 hours as president, so let me sleep for 8 hours now. Why people like you who are young can be doing the research for us? So go and do research on who those people are, and you know them. I know you know them.
Well, honestly speaking, I don't know them.
Okay, so sorry, maybe it's a mistake from my side.
Or is this about you being scared to mention names?
The way you know me.
Are you afraid of being picked up for making a libelous statement?
For the past 2-3 weeks, I've heard how they want to arrest me. My wife has packed my travel bag, waiting for them to arrest me. So, my dear, I fear just God. It's God that frightens. I fear God badly. But my fellow human being, they have to come and pick me up. Somebody was telling me yesterday that I need to have that experience.
Oh, of being picked up.
You know, there's another aspect that worries me.
Okay, go on, please.
When we were working together, preach democracy. So why is he not being democratic? Why is he choosing autocracy as a form of government? In fact, I need to get my other phone. What's my other phone? There's a form of government I researched the other day. The type of government that you're running here. The type of government you're running here where government is by the politicians serve themselves, steal the money for themselves, and as a name they give that form of government. When I see it, I'll forward it to you so that you can publish it to your readers or listeners. That's the type of government we're having here. Government by where politicians depend on stealing. My wife said it. I don't know why I didn't say it yesterday.
Okay, when you have your hands on it, I will appreciate if you can share with me. But let's talk about the electoral amendment and also the timetable itself. Let's begin with the timetable. There are talks that, maybe the emergency plenary session today by the National Assembly could focus on the timetable for the election itself. INEC announced February 20 and March as well for the... Oh, we just lost connection to His Excellency. We'll try to connect back to him swiftly as we continue with this conversation. This is Frontline on Eagle 102.5 FM. Let me take this moment to quickly connect back to our guest this morning. Okay, this is Frontline on Eagle 102.5 FM. This is where we take our time to clarify issues of public interest across the socio-economic and political spectrum. Well, as citizens, you have the opportunity to be part of the conversation as always. You are free to dial the studio lines on 0906 201 1025, 0904 are the numbers to be part of the conversation this morning. But before we get into that, we are making an effort to reconnect to His Excellency Chibuke Rotimi Amaechi, CON, who is joining us virtually on the show this morning. Okay, let's see if we can connect again to him. Well, it's also a live situation right here on Eagle 102.5 FM. We are still with joining us virtually on the show this morning is Excellency Chibuke Rotimi Amaechi, CON. He's joining us virtually. Your Excellency, sir, good morning again.
Yes, sorry about that. It's the same. I thought it's the same system. But go ahead.
Okay, let's just move on. Let's quickly talk about the electoral amendment and also the timetable itself. Let's begin with the timetable. You know, there are talks right now that the Senate will be reconvening for an emergency plenary session today, and part of what they are supposed to discuss is the possible shift of the election timetable itself. There's some section have raised concerns about the timing of it, saying it falls during Ramadan and, you know, all of that. Let me have your say to the timetable itself.
I have no comment to make on that. I don't interfere with administrative issues. Those are administrative issues. It's not a thing that Senate should sit for. It's a thing that INEC will look at and make the necessary amendment to suit each person's religious convictions.
Do you think INEC chair was being insensitive to that position earlier?
No, I have no comment to make. I doubt that he will do that. I would think rather that it may not have occurred to him that will be period for Ramadan. He's neither a Catholic nor a Muslim, because as a Catholic, that's the same period we fast. Our fasting will start tomorrow. The Muslim fasting will start tomorrow, the same day. But so he may not have known. So that period may which will also be observing Lent. But anyway, I don't want to get myself involved in those are administrative issues that I think that the INEC chairman can amend or make corrections to suit every voter and contestant.
Well, that's good to know. And also thank you for bringing up the issue of the Catholic Lent too as well. You know, okay, let's talk about the Electoral Act now. There has been so much talk. In fact, they are looking at a possible harmonization between the Senate and the House of Representatives right now. Real-time update, no real-time upload of election results. You know, what do you make of all of this currently going on regarding it? And coupled with the fact that, coupled with the fact that the INEC chair recently in one of his press statements as well said, irrespective of whatever position that the debate is currently going, that the commission already, you know, have its framework on how it will go about collation, transmission, and everything related to the election. Your say. I want you to add that to it in your comments.
Well, for me, the only reason why the APC-led Senate is fighting transmission of results is simply because they are scared that they will lose. If you say you want transparent election, by what's this man, Elon Musk, Starlink. you have to provide money for transparency. So provide money that you should buy Elon Musk, listen, state by state, local government by local government, word by word, and there'll be transmission everywhere. So they are looking for excuse. You can never get anything that is correct with a man like Senator Fabio. Anyway, I have 5 more minutes to speak to you because I'm running to another meeting.
Well, that's good. Since you have 5 more minutes with me, I need you to quickly talk about Rivers politics now. That's because you have served. Hold on, sir. You have served as a speaker. Now you have also served as a 2-time governor, meaning that if anybody knows about relationship between the speaker, the house, and the governor, it has to be you. Now, looking at what Rivers is right now, I need your word on it.
I have no word. Why don't I have a word? They were all my subordinates in my government. So why would I be talking about my subordinates? Have you seen me talk about my subordinates before?
Well, as an elder statesman, can't you call them to order since you know that they were your boys?
Since who have they ever listened to? Tell me one person that they have ever listened to.
Well, I'm not sure if I should answer that.
Okay. No, don't answer that. So,
well, Rivers politics is something that is also dear to you as well. Has the ADC not made any move?
I choose not to comment.
Yeah, no,
I choose not to comment on it.
Okay, since you chose not to comment on it, but you look at the ADC where you currently are right now, and you see governors decamping to different political parties and all. Why is it that the idea?
Why not we wait until 2027?
Are some governors supporting you behind, or
nobody? I'm not aware.
Okay, what has made the ADC not to be able to attract any of these sitting governors?
I have no comment on that. The only comment I have to make is when we were fighting to install the presidency of El-Rufai, APC had about 30 governors. I think between 28 and 30 governors. Between 28 and 30. And they still did not win the election. Buhari's election, when we were fighting to install Buhari as a president.
Oh, okay. That was in 2015?
Yes. APC had between 28 and 30 governors.
That's the PDP.
They had between 28 and 30 governors.
So, irrespective of the number of governors joining up with the ADC, with the PDP, with the APC now, the All Progressive, it still does not count for elections. Okay, Your Excellency, please, just before I let you go, I just need you in your parting shots. I need you to quickly help me with an assessment of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration as we wrap up this morning. Since when we were very onset, you said he lacked capacity. Is that the case now?
It's a total failure. It's a total failure. He lacks capacity.
All right, Your Excellency, please let me allow just 1 or 2 callers to also be part of the conversation. They might have 1 or 2 questions for you. Just give me that opportunity, sir.
All right.
All right, thank you. 0906-201-1025. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Banjo Said from Ijebudi.
Again, please.
Now, my own question for...
Tell me your name and where you are calling from, please.
Banjo Said from Ijebudi.
Okay, go on, Banjo.
Banjo Said from Ijebudi. We have listened to what our Honorable Minister, ex-Honorable Minister, said. But can you tell us, we can see what David Umahi is doing as the Minister of Transportation presently. Can he tell us his achievement for 8 years as the Minister of Transportation? Thank you.
All right, thank you. David Umahi is Minister of
What?
Works, not
Pardon, what did he say?
Transportation. He was asking your achievement as a Minister of Transportation in 8 years. Yeah, I will allow you to respond to that
But
later.
I mentioned some of them now. Maybe he was not listening.
Yeah.
I mentioned that I was the first Nigerian minister to construct a seaport. Don't forget.
Yeah, I will allow you to respond, sir. Let me pick more callers so that you respond all together. Hello, good morning.
Okay. Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning to you.
Thank you for giving us former River State Governor, Mr. Rotimi Amaechi. My name is Abdul Wasil. I think I concur with him that this present leader we have lacks capacity. You look at the electricity that he promised. Where is the electricity today? Even if we are not there, we should have been moving there. South Africa, Egypt, our continental counterparts, they have almost about 58,000 megawatts. Today, the national grid collapsed. This administration is not working. And you look at the issue of insecurity, they have failed us. Killing in Benue, killing in Plateau, in Kwara, across the federation. I think we are tired of this present government in Nigeria. They need to do the needful. I totally agree with your way. Abdul Wasil is calling from Agorwe.
All right. Thank you so much, Wasil. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Balogun.
Yes, good morning to you.
You're also the voice of Mr. Oscar from Ijebu. Yeah, I want to ask His Excellency this question. Since they are one of the masterminds that unseated the PDP and installed the government of APC, I want to ask him, since he's in the principal in that government, what have they achieved differently from the government they unseat? They clamor for change for Nigeria, and Nigeria followed them. And that Nigeria is going to change. Then Nigeria gets worse than the PDP they unseat. Let them tell us, because he's the ADC now.
Okay, all right. I've taken your point on that. Let me quickly pick this other one. Then, Your Excellency, you can cap it up.
I will forget most of the things they're saying, though.
I will help you. I will help you out.
No.
Okay, go on, please. Okay. Go on. Let's have your reaction, please.
The first one is that I already say what my achievement as Minister for Transport. If I didn't achieve anything, I made sure everybody came to work at 8 and closed at 4. Before I became Minister for Transport, they used to come to work at 1 and close at 2. But when I came, they knew that there was a new sheriff in town. That's something substantial in terms of getting workers to work with you. The second one is the Lekki Deep Seaport was started and it was Obasanjo's ideas, which he put in place before he left office. But there was no construction. It was like a desert when I went there. I commenced construction and I completed it before I left office. I didn't commission it. It was commissioned by President Buhari, but Lagos government was claiming that they built it. That here, I didn't see evidence. And I said they should tell me the one day that they came there. I was inspecting it regularly. I built the Lagos-Ibadan Railway. I completed the Abuja-Kaduna Railway. I built the Port Harcourt-Aba. They've laid the rail track, but they've not built the stations before I left. And up to now, the government of Tinubu is here to build the stations. I started the Kano Maradi rail. I rebuilt Nigerian Ports Authority to a revenue generation agency. By the time I took over, they were paying nothing to federal government, zero. By the time I left, they were paying 100 billion to federal government. That means we eradicated or reduced corruption. The master took a facelift. The worst was even what they call maritime, Nigerian maritime, not the master, the one that is in Oron, Nigerian Maritime Academy. It was dead and buried when we came, but now we're gonna see what it looks like by the time we left. What else? There are too many things that can be attributed to me when it comes to this. I'm not one that you give an assignment and I go to sleep. My wife knows that. So that's one. What's the second question?
Well, the other the second caller was talking about, was complimenting your position about how
so nothing to respond to him.
Yeah.
The third caller, what was the third? What was the third?
Well, the third caller was about,
that we brought
you
Buhari,
are the part of people who brought Buhari into administration.
Buhari was a failure.
You took out the People's Democratic Party (PDP). The change that was experienced then was nothing compared to even the benefit under the PDP. Now you are in the ADC. Are we not likely to see the same?
Okay, so there's a quick answer to him. Is his life now better than what it was under Buhari?
Well, this administration has made it clear that, there was there were some decisions that at some point Nigeria was even printing money during the last administration, and you were part of it.
That I didn't ask about procedure. I asked, is your life, including you who is interviewing me, is your life now better than your life when Buhari was president for 8 years? I'm asking you that question.
Okay, I do the question.
How much was your rent? How much was your rent?
What would you say about yours?
How much was petrol when Buhari was president? How much was rice when Buhari was president? How much was, how bad or good was insecurity? Please tell him. I agree that there's no perfect government, but this is worse.
Okay, yes. But let me also ask you, your Excellency, please. How has that also affected you? During Buhari's era, how many convoy do you go out with? Now, how many do you go out with?
Tomorrow, under Buhari, I used to use 2 cars. The one I drive and the one my security men we are found in. And that's tomorrow. Till tomorrow, I still use that.
Oh, it has not affected you then?
Me. No, I still use the same car. One car, I drive one car, then there's a car behind me. Finish. I'm not one prone to convoy. Why would I use convoy? Who am I chasing out of the road? If I see you, I have a habit from when I was speaker. If you're my friend Balogun, if I see you on the road, I will stop and carry you. It's nothing like, governor. Even as governor, it's not like, governor does not. I stop on the road in Port Harcourt when I see my classmates or friends. And now, where are you going to? Say, I was going home. Let's go for lunch. And we go to lunch in a public restaurant. And there won't be 1,000 cars, maybe 4 or 5.
Okay, let's wrap up with this now. I need you to please send a message to Nigerians who are losing faith in democracy. You will recall this administration has also reported about, attempted coup and every other thing. What's your message to Nigerians not losing faith in democracy?
First, I don't know whether there was a coup or not. I don't want to get involved in such thing. But honestly, democracy is the best. The worst democracy is better than the. But I don't want to say the best military regime. Why I would say that the worst democracy is better than the best military regime is that the process of getting in the military regime is not democratic. So it can be better than the democratic system. However, I was at the market. I was both at Nyanya market, Gariki market, and Lube market. People are so disillusioned, and that's what this government wants. So they won't come out to vote. Let them come out in. Our target is to bring out people in their millions that you've never seen before. They must come out and vote out this government. That's the only way you can even stop rigging. Because how many listen will they write and how many won't they write? So if you come out to vote, let's say for instance, when I was a governor, there were 11 million voters, registered voters in the Southeast. If 10 million votes for ADC, how will the president? 10 million come out to vote for ADC? They should stay there until the result is announced. Even if it takes them 3 days to announce the result, they should remain there because Nigeria must change. They have to force change, man. If they like, they can arrest everybody. If they should even arrest our presidential candidate. Let people come out and vote. After all, Trump was elected well, he wasn't yet in prison, but was about to go to prison when he was elected as president. So they should not undermine their right to choosing who will be president.
All right, Your Excellency Chibuike Rotimi Amaechi, I want to appreciate you for your time with us on Frontline this morning and your insight.
Thank you, Balogun.
Thanks so much for your time.
Yeah,
okay, that will be the size of the show this morning. I do appreciate every one of you for your meaningful contribution and your time to listen as well. I am Olakunle Balogun. Thanks for being a part of today's edition. God willing, tomorrow we'll make a return again with another exciting edition of Frontline. As always, you don't want to miss an edition of Frontline. Bye-bye and have a beautiful Tuesday.